Here with Tom Dabernik at Lindsay Park. Welcome, Tom.
Good morning, Darren.
Tom, all the ways in the media are saying, how good is David Hayes going since you got on board?
Oh, well, we've had a bit of luck and very thankful for the opportunity from David and Prue Hayes. And David, was good enough towards the end of last season. He turned quite a lot of horses out in mind of the new season starting with the partnership. And we've really hit the ground running, so we couldn't have scripted it better.
For a lot of people, probably they all know David Hayes inside out, but a lot of our viewers won't know much about Tom Dabernik. What year did you fall off the vine?
76.
76, so you're only a young fella really, by my standards. Tell us a bit about your background.
My mother is Colin Hayes' daughter, so David is my uncle, and I grew up at Lindsay Park in the Barossa Valley. My father was the stud master there, and I grew up around my uncles, or my grandfather, obviously, and my uncles that were horse trainers, and around stable lads and jockeys and so forth. So I was always very much around horse racing from a young age.
And what is it that you enjoy most about being involved in the horses every day?
I really love, obviously I'm a morning person, which makes it easier, and I like being outdoors and working with animals, and also you get to really meet some interesting people, with clients and things that you deal with are normally successful people in their own right. And everyone enjoys the healthy competition of the racing, whether it be winning or losing. It's a great sporting event.
And in your role now as a co-trainer with David, do you have your own roles every day, or is it just two heads are better than one?
I think you can't beat teamwork, and when David sort of looked at it, he trained alongside his father. That was before partnerships were introduced. And there was also his brother Peter, and we sort of thought that it's such a rigorous program now that trainers have, with 7 days a week racing, that we could do the job real justice by doing it in a partnership.
And going forward, what's the big race this spring you would just be delighted to win as a co-trainer?
Hopefully we'll have we might get Spillway into a Caulfield Cup. We'll talk, no doubt, in a minute about Crackerjack King, but if he can perform well in either the Turnbull or the Caulfield Stakes, and maybe heading towards Cox Plate. So we've got those couple of horses, and we've also got 2 or 3 really nice 3-year-olds that could sort of run in those classic type of races.
Any of those 3-year-olds have a name? Because no one's really watching.
Yeah, well, we're thrilled with Firehouse Rock, and he's got an iron constitution, and he licks the bin clean after every bit of work in every race, and he's definitely a horse that is only lightly raced, but he's ticking all the boxes at the moment, so hopefully we can get there.
Shows you how smart the syndicator is that bought him to be an early 2-year-old, and now he's on a derby plan. Just shows you can never tell, can you?
I think you would have seen early doors, he was always a very relaxed horse, but the penny's dropped now, and he's really developing into a nice horse.
Who's your favourite horse on the farm at the moment? Do you have a favourite? Is there one every morning you just can't wait to see him come out and work? Or
I really like Girl Guide. She was a story they bred her, and she had a setback as a young horse and didn't race till 4. And she's now won 6 out of her 8 starts and been placed over 2, so had a lot to do with her, so I get a bit of a kick out of her.
Yeah, she was bred by Andy Mackey from Darley and Colin McKenna from Warrnambool, and
yes.
I understand she had a broken wither as a young horse, so it's a remarkable story to see her get through and race, not only race, but be a serious racehorse.
Obviously, a big thing with horses, you've got to have patience, so that was a good example of the owners being patient.
Tell us, what's David like behind the scenes to work with? Is he as happy and relaxed as we all think? And there's a bit of sniggering from the background.
Yes, yeah. No, David is he's a real optimist, so he's a very positive person, and he's a great boss, really. very competitive by nature, and I think that's what makes him as good as he is. And also, he, as you probably know, especially with jockeys, he can have a bit of a short wick, but if he does have a blow up, he gets over it very quickly, and he doesn't hold a grudge, he moves on.
That's good. And going forward, for our viewers, is there one horse you can tip them into, just one to follow that mightn't be a household name, just something's coming up that you think might be all right?
As I mentioned before, we've got the two very good 3-year-old fillies, Tortine and A Fleet of Speed. In relation to your horses, I think Crackerjack, if he stays sound, he's really heading the right way. He's, to my eye, he looks fit now, and the pattern of the way he races, he puts himself up on the speed, and he's got a turn of foot. He can kick off a good cruising speed. So I'm really excited to see him in his next 2 starts. I think he could really do something. Yes,
well, so the next 4 weeks can't come fast enough for us, and hopefully we're having a drink with you, celebrating after the Cox Plate. One of the things that has really impressed our operation since we've been involved with yourself and David is the communication back to the owners. Obviously we've got horses with 10 trainers around Australia, and your communication, feedback, and I'll use the words level of interest is far superior. To get post-race reports within half an hour of the race from the trainer, we seem to be getting audio messages on Saturday nights that someone's down checking the horse at the stable. And then of course we all think Crackerjack had a hard run Saturday, wonder how he's pulled up, wonder if he ate up, wonder how he is the next morning, wonder how his tendon is. These sorts of things that owners think about. And Lindsay Parkstone's very good at getting that information out. And on Sunday morning, you know, there's an audio there saying he's been out and he's pulled up super, and I think all the owners really appreciate that sort of information. Is that something that you've sat down and really focused on trying to be the best in communicating to owners?
Yeah, well, we're very lucky. We've got a wonderful team of staff, not only in admin but in the stable, and we've got Karen Wallace came on board with us a couple of years ago and has really helped with a lot of our video footage to the clients. And obviously we use the ARDEX system, which can do the audio report. So it's fantastic for us. I mean, obviously you're always on the move, so you're either travelling or at the races. So to be able to do it was not that long ago, we were doing a lot of written emails, and the audio ones, you can do it there on the spot. So especially now with owners, there's so many syndicates and a lot of people, and everyone gets the same information at the same time. So it's great for us, and I think it's really good for the client.
It certainly is. Look, congratulations on a fantastic start for the spring. I wish you and David all the best for the rest of the spring, and thanks for spending time with me this morning.
Thanks, Dan.
Good luck.